Now we have a very special guest in the studio with us. We're joined by Keegan Bonebrake. He is the EVP of Strategy and Real Estate at Everywhere Wireless. Do you know about Everywhere Wireless? I bet you do and do not even realize it, because they're the guys. It's like a wholesale internet provider. And if you're ever using Wi-Fi at Chicago parks or the beaches or anything like that, you already know all about Everywhere. How are you, Keegan? Welcome.
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Amy?
Get on up to that mic. Don't be shy. Come on. There you go. So, very cool, all the stuff that you're doing, and I want to get to all of it. But talk to me a little bit about how Everywhere is so different from, like, say, Comcast and RCN and all the big providers that we've heard about.
Well, as you know, up until recently, the internet and cable industry was very much a monopolistic type of industry where maybe you had one or two or three options, and really the advancement of technology has totally changed that. So we use a technology called microwave, which is essentially beaming internet signals from building to building, and then that internet signal is delivered over a wired infrastructure at the building. And because of that, it's allowed companies like us to expand into markets, really throughout the country and create a competitive landscape, and has brought prices down, speed demands up, and has allowed us to take a significant amount of business from those big boys that you were just talking about, Comcast, AT&T.
And that's really interesting, because a lot of times you kind of, your hand gets forced a little bit. You move into a building and they'll go, nope, it's only wired for so-and-so. You got to use this one. So this is kind of an option. Options are good. People like options. And especially right now, I think, as people are moving into the so-called cord cutting, right? And they're saying, I don't want cable because I'm watching Hulu and Netflix and watching everything on Amazon Instant Video anyway. Yep. This is kind of an interesting time for providers.
Yeah, we focus exclusively on internet. We do partner and we coexist with some of those cable providers, or let's just call them video providers here in the city of Chicago. I mean, there's essentially 5 video providers, which is Dish, DirecTV, Comcast, AT&T, and RCN. And we coexist or partner with them in various buildings. We, by default, partner with DirecTV, but, we do believe that that's a very short-term business. I mean, video is sort of on its way out, and it's going to be transferred into a different delivery system. And I believe before too long you're probably going to be able to purchase an Everywhere Wireless internet connection, and you may be able to go on to Sling Television, which is a bundled product that has all these different types of web-based TV products, but you also might be able to purchase an AT&T internet connection and then go to Comcast.com and get a video package through Comcast, but you're still using the AT&T internet. And so, that's really what we're seeing. I think 2015 is projected at about 2.5 million cord cutters, or people that are getting away from TV and moving exclusively into internet. And we believe internet is really the future, which is why we focus on it exclusively here in the city of Chicago.
And I mean, I think it will be interesting to see what happens in that landscape, right? Because it seems like there will be a little right after the biggest parts of the disruption. I think once, like, the tipping point happens of the most cord cutters, it seems like there will probably be a really brief period of kind of a Wild West thing where a lot of people are just kind of bouncing around to things, and it'll be interesting to see how people land and how they do. But ultimately, as with anything, right, behavior will dictate, user behavior kind of dictates what to follow and what to do next, and what we all do and who we follow.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing how, 10 years ago, a lot of these condominium buildings and apartment buildings here in Chicago, they were all moving to what we call bulk TV, which is where, you got 300 units in a condominium building. You say, oh, we want 300 bulk TV packages. And now, and at that time, you didn't have any bulk internet. And now that's completely the reverse. So, most condominium associations, we're working with a lot of apartment developers, new apartment developers, and the vast majority of it is bulk internet, and very few of it is actually going to be bulk TV. And the reason is because most of these are long-term contracts. So they're thinking, well, 5 years from now, the traditional sense of bulk TV or just TV isn't going to exist. So as association, I maybe get stuck paying for something that isn't really needed because it's already available online.
Excellent. That's interesting. It'll be interesting to kind of watch that and follow that. But new developments are not really just the only thing that you're partnering with, because you have some kind of community projects too that are very cool that I want to be sure and talk about.
We do, yes. We the last time we met, we talked about this Revive project, which is 126 units of housing focused on at-risk and right off the street residents and we've connected those buildings, and they're connected to our internet service at essentially free of charge. We're always looking for different interesting opportunities. I mean, as you can imagine, the concept of internet is really not that interesting or creative, and so we as a company, I think we try to make it more interesting. What can we do? Which is why we. Well,
you say
beaches.
that it's not interesting until you don't have access to it, and then
that's
suddenly it's
true.
all you can think about.
Very
right?
true. So we're always looking for these different projects, and we've got something that is actually going to hit the street tomorrow, starting in October 1st and ending at the end of this year. We have partnered with the Alzheimer's Association, primarily because I had a personal connection to it, and I had two of my grandparents passed away this year, and I had a third one a few years ago. And so I got more involved, and we developed this whole program around basically facilitating how do we connect more buildings in Chicago to our internet service. So for every building that we connect to our network, we're going to donate $250 to the Alzheimer's Association with a goal of $50,000 by the end of the year. And, we've partnered together, and, we're both very optimistic about it. And, again, a way to get away from those big telecom providers as well as donate and contribute to a good cause.
So someone just heard that and said, I'm on board, I'll do that. And it's for a good cause. I love it. Where do they go to find out more information?
They would just go to everywherewireless.com, or they can always give us a call at 312-361-0052. Again, that's everywherewireless.com.
Excellent. And then also there's another program you're launching and kind of looking to the crowdfunding idea a little bit.
We have a couple other ideas that are very in the beginning stages that would probably take place next year after the Alzheimer's Association. But, our goal fundamentally is, how do we connect this better, faster internet connectivity at a lower cost to organizations, whether that be governmental or municipal or private or whatever it may be, at the best price possible. And, we just have to look at those things creatively. And I think that we've come up with some interesting crowdfunding ideas that could lay that all together. And I don't have the exact details at this time. But
something is on the horizon there.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting.
All right, great. Well, I love the very creative approach, and I really, really love the community initiatives that you're doing. That's so great to see a company giving back. We are talking with Keegan Bonebrake. He is the EVP of Strategy and Real Estate at Everywhere Wireless. Give us that website one more time.
It's everywherewireless.com.
Just like you'd think it would be, everywherewireless.com. So log in there, find out about those community programs, and if it's the thing for you, you can find out all about that there on that website.